Have you ever wondered why, despite so many health campaigns, some doctors are silently avoiding talking about practices that were once considered the key to longevity? Why do highly trained professionals with years of clinical experience choose silence instead of warning the public? There's a reason, and it's more alarming than you might think. In today's video, we're going to uncover a truth that is being deliberately ignored by part of the medical community. Not because there's a lack of evidence, but because speaking up has consequences. Once you understand what's behind this silence, you'll never look at your health routine the same way again. It all starts with a seemingly harmless habit: the daily use of artificial sweeteners. For years, they were marketed as the best alternative to sugar. 0 calories, they said. Safe for diabetics, they promised. But recent studies have raised serious concerns about how these compounds affect your gut, insulin levels, and even brain function. What's coming to light is that, contrary to what we believed, these products may be triggering inflammation, accelerating aging, and increasing the risk of chronic diseases. And here asks the burning question: why do so many doctors avoid discussing this with their patients? The answer is complicated. Part of it lies in the pressure from major industries that profit billions from diet and light products companies with enough power to fund research, sponsor campaigns, and even influence health guidelines. Many doctors simply don't want to confront that system. Others fear being labeled alarmists or losing credibility among peers. And some, even aware of the risks, choose silence because they feel there are no better options for overweight patients. But the price of that silence is paid by you with your energy, your health, and your longevity. And that's not the only example. Another commonly encouraged behavior is the prolonged use of antacids, especially proton pump inhibitors. These are prescribed to treat acid reflux and heartburn, and many people take them daily for years. What few people know is that long-term use is linked to nutrient deficiencies, osteoporosis, dementia, and even an increased risk of certain cancers. Doctors know this. It's in the research. So why are the warnings so mild? Because these drugs have become standard in clinical practice, and changing that requires time, education, and sometimes resistance from the patients themselves. Then we have the hidden dangers of passive sedentary living. But I go to the gym 3 times a week. You might say, great, but if you're sitting for 10 hours a day, your risk of death is still high. Modern medicine already acknowledges sitting disease as a real contributor to premature aging and heart problems. Yet how many doctors urgently talk about standing every 30 minutes? About alternating sitting and standing throughout the day? About using walking as a tool to keep your metabolism active? This omission is costly because your body wasn't designed to stay still. Even if you exercise for 1 hour a day. Here's a more controversial one: excessive testing and unnecessary checkups. It might sound counterintuitive, but yes, many medical exams, when done without clear purpose, can lead to false diagnoses, anxiety, and even unnecessary procedures. Evidence-based medicine supports purposeful interventions, not a culture of more is better. But this is a delicate subject for doctors. How do you tell a patient that the test they believe is vital is actually not recommended? How do you explain that over-monitoring might cause more harm than good? It's easier to just follow the script than to challenge expectations. And the most sensitive point of all, ultra-processed foods with approved by medical association labels. products that boast high fiber, low fat, or fortified with vitamins. But when you read the ingredients, you see preservatives, synthetic additives, all linked to gut damage, systemic inflammation, and accelerated aging. Some doctors are aware, others are not, but very few have the courage to confront the food industry that sponsors medical events, symposiums, and publications. Let's be clear, this is not a blanket criticism of all doctors. There are amazing professionals who constantly study and speak out about what truly helps their patients, but they are the minority and are often labeled as radicals or conspiracy theorists. Most prefer to follow the protocol, avoid conflict, and stay in their comfort zone, and that's why you need to actively seek knowledge, because while some stay silent, it's your health on the line. In the end, it's not just about medical facts. It's about your freedom to choose, your ability to make conscious decisions about what you eat, what you avoid, how you move, and even which medications you accept or reject. And if mainstream medicine won't speak, then we will, because real health begins with information and, more importantly, with the courage to question everything. If this video gave you value, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and comment below. Have you ever followed a healthy habit that actually made you feel worse? Your story could wake someone else up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now so you don't miss future content focused on real, honest, and science-backed health. See you in the next video.